guys, it's David coming at you from Organic Price Books with another review and release of comic books. And we also have JP here, who has a couple announcements to make.
Alright, real quick before we get started, we do have a special Whatnot account now. Our account name is mastersifu, so here are some of the out-of-print books that we will be throwing up on our auctions. We will be doing it every single Sunday around 1 or 2 p.m. Central. So just add us and you can see the schedule there. So this is some. I have more at home that I'll be bringing to the office. And if we get 1,000 followers, we will be also giving away an entire Infinity Gauntlet box set to one of our followers.
Very nice.
So there's that.
I need to go subscribe to that as well.
So yeah, so what's it called? We're going to be selling some out-of-print books, some in-print books, some damaged books, so there's going to be a lot of options. And the second one is you can always win a $25 gift card. All you have to do is be a subscriber, leave a comment down below. All right, I'm going to hand it back to David.
Right, so this is the ones we got recently. I'm guessing this one, right?
Yeah, we got both of them in. So we got restocks of Road to No Man's Land, and then a bunch of No Man's Land. We did run out of stock, so we are getting even more next week.
Yeah, if you guys don't know this story, this is a story that came out, I believe, around the 90s. But it is actually one of the most impactful stories that they took for Batman. If you watch the movies, the Christopher Nolan movies, if you remember them, the last one, where they cut off the bridges, that's actually all part or comes directly from No Man's Land. So what basically happens is the rogues take over, and let me just show you the front, the spine on both.
Yeah, put it together so they can see what it looks like on the show, because some people are picky about that.
Yeah.
All right.
And then the back. Now, we're not going to open this one. It's going to stay sealed, okay?
Yeah. We'll open another one next week.
Not today. Not today. Let's take off the slip case for this and let me see. So it's the front, spine, and the back. And it looks like it's like a kind of like an outline, I'm guessing, right?
Outline of Gotham, it looks like.
Yeah.
You know, the skyscrapers.
Yes. So I actually really like this story because it includes almost everybody in Batman's rogue gallery, as well as all of his friends. As you can see, you have Nightwing, you have, I'm gonna say this is Tim Drake, you have the Huntress, and then Batgirl. I actually really like her. I think her name is Cassandra Cain, if I'm not mistaken. This is she's actually, if you notice her mask, it's covered because she doesn't speak, and that's what makes her so freaking cool and deadly. So it's very a really cool story. Basically, the rogues take over all of Gotham. The United States quarantines the entire area. It's basically no longer part of the U.S. and it's a lawless place. As you can see here, everybody, all the bad guys take sections of the city to control. So the story just goes over how for a whole year, basically, Gotham was the Wild West. How the criminal underground took over that. And the pages are also numbered here at the bottom, just so that you can remember where you're at. And then Batman coming in, I believe he had been injured. I think it's also connected to the Nightfall where Bane breaks his back. If I'm mistaken, please correct me. But it's actually really cool. Gotham plays a huge part in it. You actually get to see all of Gotham, like the different sections that you wouldn't think about, like Crime Alley, the Harbor, all that stuff, if I remember correctly. You see the additional, like his friends trying to protect the city, but really without Batman there, they're just kind of holding the line. The GCPD with Jim Commissioner, or police chief Jim Gordon. They are also, like, in a sense, lawless, because they'll kill people that are breaking the law because they had to do it. That at that point everybody else is killing, so they have to do it as well. I think it also has, what's his face, the one that uses a sword that's kind of like, Ezekiel. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Anyway,
I know it's Deathstroke with a sword.
But yeah, it's also like the very
Zigo's blade or something like that.
I forgot his name. You guys are gonna remember it, and I'm gonna feel so dumb because I forgot it. Anyway, it's all black with the yellow shield, Batman, which it also inspired the movie. Or was inspired from the movie. As you can see, it's just like the yellow would the focus.
That's pretty cool too.
Yeah. So yeah, it impacted the movies. The Road to No Man's Land was what inspired the last one. It also, I believe, part of it is also what inspired the. If you watched Batman vs Superman and Justice League, they actually kind of comment on that a little bit.
Oh yeah, in this book.
Yeah, or the movie references when there was like the bridges were taken out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So all of that is actually part of that book. It's also in Road to No Man's Land and this one. But yeah, so as you can see, there's Two-Faced Penguin. They all like have their own basically kingdoms, and he has to take them all out. So he and his team just go through all of them. This is Cassandra Cain. Her story is really cool. They introduced her in this storyline, and she basically took over parts of the city just using his symbol, but she doesn't speak, and she was trained to be an assassin. Super cool. Also, as you can see, the 90s Kid Flash, and then Superman with his little glasses, and he had the leather jacket. So real 90s, you know. Yeah.
Funny.
He actually becomes the Flash later on. And then Tim Drake, of course, as Robin at that point. You know, Damian hadn't come out yet, and Jason Todd was still dead. He hadn't been resurrected yet. I always liked Nightwing. To me, Nightwing has always been the next obvious choice for Batman. But, you know, that's just because I feel like he's the most connected to Batman in the sense of he was an orphan. You know, tragic circumstances made him have to be the Robin. But yeah, it also has, as you can see, the Justice League and all of how they really can't help him in a sense unless like they try to leave the city. It's really interesting because it gets very political. Like they're like the government, like Justice League can't go in there and help them at all because it's not part of the government. You look, Batman with guns. So it's a really interesting story, guys. If you are a fan of Batman and you've heard of this is referenced all the time in the comic books. Now you can actually get the collected series. It has Man-Bat as well. Like I said, it goes through all of them, all the bad guys that are part of his gallery, the Penguin, Man-Bat. It all is referenced here. It's really cool. Scarecrow, Croc, they all have their own sections. Bane, of course. Poison Ivy has her own. Mr. Freeze. As you can see, like the art style is very 90s. Little head, huge body, like no proportions at all, like which is cool,
like,
you know?
Like a T-Rex.
Yeah, yeah. That was part of the like 90s, just like let's exaggerate all these muscles. Like there's no way somebody could look like this in real life, but let's do it. Anyway, the storyline is amazing. I highly recommend it to anybody who's wanting to get into Batman. This is a really cool introduction because you kind of see like the whole city, you see all the bad guys, and then you understand the impact that Batman has on Gotham itself and on the people who live there, because they just basically comes in, and even though he's a vigilante who's like really dark, he actually brings hope. Like he you know, Superman is of course who you would think if you're like thinking, okay, a superhero who you would say is hopeful is Superman, but Batman, you know, for his city, you know, they would much prefer him than Superman. Poison Ivy, of course, she takes over like the Central Park kind of area, and it's really cool.
They always say Poison Ivy is like one of the hottest DC
Oh,
characters.
yeah.
That or Harley Quinn.
Yeah, and then actually, I think this is one of the first introductions of Harley Quinn into the comic books because she was part of she was actually created for the television show. You remember the Batman animated series?
Yeah.
She was actually created for that, but she became so popular they actually added her to the comics because of that.
Okay, so she wasn't a popular character before.
No, she wasn't. Yeah, she was just created to be like, you know, kind of like a sidekick of Catwoman, of course. And that's where they also introduced the Oracle of, what's her name? Barbara Gordon, yes, thank you. Her, like, you know, starting to take that role of support for Batman, because before she had just been, you know, the girl who got her back broken and she's in a wheelchair. So, but now she's actually like more part of his system. Like he counts on her a lot. So that's actually really cool. Mr. Freeze. I always thought Mr. Freeze was a cool character.
Does it have any extras in the back?
Let's take a look.
It looks pretty thin. The amount of pages you got left in your hand.
Yeah, it does have a little bit of the gallery, so I'm guessing with the comic book covers.
Okay. What was that guy's name again?
This one?
Yeah.
Two-Face.
Two-Face.
Yeah. Harvey Dent. See, I like the purple Catwoman. That always was such a cool style to me. The purple and black.
Oh, she was purple before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is nice. I like when they show Batman like that with a huge cape. But practically, this is not practical for fighting. You don't want a big cape; it's gonna get in your way.
You're gonna get stuck into an airplane or something. And
Yes. Yes. That's really cool. Every time I see him, it's just so funny. The design is like so 90s. I'm gonna wear these cool little glasses.
Gothic super boy.
Yeah, I think I drew this for school one time. Just this part with the chimney. I was really into Batman when I was. Well, I'm still into Batman, but I used to like draw stuff anyway. But guys, get yours. Road to No Man's Land is really, like I said, a great story for Batman fans. It definitely introduces you to a lot of characters and kind of Batman's impact not only in Gotham, but also Gotham's impact to kind of like the whole world at that point. So it's really cool. I would definitely recommend it. So get yours today. Have a good one.
Congratulations to my brother Jonah for winning a $25 gift card. Just reach out to us. We'll have that out to you right away.